So I want to talk a little bit about HipBone. As I get less able to make music, I go back and listen to music that I've done in the past. And for me, HipBone was a band that it was a band I'd really been hoping for a long time and not finding. And I'd spent a couple of years horsing around with people in Boston when I was working as a commercial artist there after I got out of the Navy. And I wanted to put together some kind of a group of people that were very stylized musicians, hopefully a trio, that could take some of this music I'd been writing and flesh it out and turn it into something a little more orchestral, and certainly with other personalities involved in it. And the two men that were in HipBone with me, Zolli on bass and backup singing, I'm talking about the live band, and Keith Prescott on drums, and I sang and played guitar. We were a really Spartan group. There were just the three of us. But we reached a point pretty early on where we could shift gears really smoothly from gentle ballads about human experience and love and stuff and family to absolutely ferocious polyrhythmic improv. Peter and I are both, or were both, fond of a lot of progressive music, and in particular drummers. And both like the group Cream too. There was a real power trio influence on us, and we felt that we could do that. And we did. We did it for several years with great ferocity. Played a lot of gigs, got written up in the Fitchburg and Worcester papers and other entertainment publications and so forth. And people were telling us, I guess, that maybe we were the next big thing to happen there. And there was a lot of live music back then. And for the first few years of for pretty much all of HipBone, after my divorce in the early 90s, I provided the space where actually even before that, Keith and Pete and I had been in a band with Keith's brother Jeff, and at that time Peter played guitar and Jeff played bass. And we had the possibility of three-part harmony in that group too. It was called Progress, but we fizzled out. Too many cooks in the kitchen, really, with Progress. We completely collapsed after a gig where my guitar pedal effects took front and center unintentionally during a gig, and things got uncontrollably feedbacky. I think we were playing before or after Calathump, which Eric Helwig was the leader of back then at the WAG. But a couple of years later, after I recorded with Mark McGee up in Maine, some early Max Love Vibes stuff, some of it apparently got into the hands of Pete and Keith. And I think the songs Where You Are and Typewriter, which Mark and I had done, were the impetus, I think, that made HipBone happen. Because I can remember doing a solo set at a place called PT Beanie's, which was a pretty interesting place to play with a very tall stage. And a guy that ran sound from like 20 feet off the ground up in a booth. It was interesting. But I was up there singing. I think I was singing some song about addiction. I looked out and saw Pete and Keith sitting out there. And we'd gone through a period of acrimony. Peter and I go through continuous periods of acrimony in the pursuit of good music. But anyways, after I played my set, the three of us got talking, and my takeaway, and Peter can correct me if I'm wrong, was that some of these new songs that I'd been doing recordings of were things that might be worth trying to do live. And so the three of us embarked forward from that point as HipBone. And at the time when we very first started out, I was living with a woman out in Ashby, Massachusetts, pretty close to the New Hampshire border, way out in the country. And we rehearsed in what she referred to as the wagon wheel room in her house, which was a very large room, 20 by 30 feet, with a wood stove in it. It was very nice. And it was called the wagon wheel room because there was a wagon wheel chandelier hanging in that room. And that was the place where I made some of my early homemade instruments out in the shed behind that house. But we embarked on a lot of hardcore rehearsal there. After the ending of that relationship, I moved into what was once a munitions factory during one of the world wars in Fitchburg in their Cleghorn district, an industrial part of town near the river. And for 2 years maybe, I lived in a warehouse space that I framed up and drywalled myself in exchange for rent. And fortunately, there was already grounded power outlets in the space that I framed up. It was a great place for a band to rehearse. It was a terrible place to live. And in the winter in particular. And I had all kinds of warming mechanisms in that space to try to deal with the coldness, the New England winters. The ceilings in that warehouse were very high. I think they were 16 feet high, so all the heat just went away. But it was a great place to rehearse, and there were a number of other bands in the same warehouse in other spaces. Right across the hall from us was a group of people who I really enjoyed hanging out with, who called themselves Beyond Reach. And they were basically a group of guys that had been playing together since high school, and now they were in their mid to late 20s and still playing together. And they had a Hammond organ player named Chris Gianna in the band, who I really liked his playing. He was a real nice guy. And there was a fella named Aubuchon that played guitar in that band, and some other really nice people. But I remember, and I think it was Chris Gianna that said this, they would hear us rehearsing across the hall in the warehouse, and I quote, "You guys scared the hell out of us." And it's not because we were really playing scary music, but because we were playing something that was just so unfamiliar. And we put out a lot of EPs and records in quick succession between late 93 and about 1996. I think of my first CD, No More Bandages, as sort of a HipBone record in some respects, because HipBone is all over it. But there were other musicians as well. But our early stuff was recorded by Pete, who's always been really good at recording things, far better than me. Everybody that knows me knows that I've always had a hearing impairment. So there are frequencies that I just don't hear. And that's possibly why some of my mixes are so strange sounding to other people. It's because of a different way of hearing when I mix. But Pete was always, and continues to be, very, very good at recording live music. And I've always sucked at recording vocals. Really sucked at recording vocals. And so we came out of the gate with some EPs. And our first cassette, I'll have to run in and dig it out of the apothecary cabinet and get pictures of these things. But our first record had some of the very first songs that we worked on together, Found to Do, Shuffling, and I think we almost arrived fully formed. And after that, it was just a refining process. I love Peter's vocal harmonies. He is an absolutely fabulous bass player, very melodic, on the move. Very seldom will you hear him play the same riff the same way twice in a row, unless it's structurally correct to do. He is in a continuous state of soloing and really holds down the bottom so well and plays harmonies to what I'm doing with the guitar on the bass. And me and my wife both always comment on how much we like Pete as a background singer. And he was really, really good at capturing us on cheap media, cassette, which we would sell at gigs for $3 or $5, something like that. And so this gathering of songs that I'm playing here come from that first year and a half or so, when we were just playing coffee houses, bars, anywhere that would have us. The Irish American Club in Fitchburg. These ethnic clubs were all over the place up there, these groups. I suppose that what they are ethnic appendages of Freemasonry in some respects, where they have an event room and a bar and regulars. And they would let us play shows there and collect a buck at the door or something like that. They make their money on drinks. Well, anyways, these are our early songs. I'm putting the outtakes right up front first. And then I'm going to continue with the first cassette EP, the second one, which was called My Pet Chicken. And then I'll make another video. Well, actually, Bill Knows was another 4-track, so that'll need to go in here too. But then when we get up to Punched by God and Chorok and Decoupage, these were done in a professional studio, Toad Hall, Steve Blake's studio, where he had 8-track analog recording there. That's where and then I'll make another video. Well, actually, Bill Knows was another 4-track, so that'll need to go in here too. But then when we get up to Punched by God and Chorok and Decoupage, these were done in a professional studio, Toad Hall, Steve Blake's studio, where he had 8-track analog recording there. That's where No More Bandages was recorded, and that's where HipBone continued to record after I moved to North Carolina. So this is our earliest stuff. I hope you dig it.
shuffling down the street, shuffling to the music. I could see it in her feet. Well, I asked my friend Alfredo, will you get a load of that? But his tongue was hanging to his knees and steam rose from his hat. Shuffling, people shuffling, they're all shuffling, shuffling down the streets. Shuffling, people shuffling, they're all shuffling, blisters on their feet. Well, I asked my friend Mohammed, are you gonna shuffle too? But he was already moving. He would soon have blisters too. I asked my friend Alfredo, will you get a load of that? But his tongue was hanging to his knees and steam rose from his hand. Shuffling, people shuffling, they're all shuffling, shuffling down the streets. Shuffling, people shuffling, they're all shuffling, blisters on their feet. Sidewalk, shuffling down the street, shuffling to the music. I could see it in her feet. I could see it in her feet. talk now. Let's talk now that it's finished. Let's talk. Let's talk now. Let's talk now that it's finished. So many objects, the photo at the park, flowers in your hand, locked in the dark. Let's talk. Let's talk now. Let's talk now that it's finished. I am typing. I am typing a conclusion of sorts. I am typing. I am typing a conclusion of sorts. Letters in a tin, the photo at the park. I hold them in my hand, locked in the dark. I type. I am typing. I am typing a conclusion of sorts. Type, type, ready, ready, type, ready, type. Type, type, ready, ready, type. Type, type, ready, ready, type, ready, type. Type, type, ready, ready, type. I amuse myself with tiny things. I amuse myself with tiny things. Poems in a pile, the photo at the park, pencils in my hand, locked in the dark. I amuse myself with tiny things. Ha ha la la la, laughter in a song. Ha ha la la la, laughter in a song. Ha ha la la la, laughter in a song. Ha ha la la la, laughter in a song. Type, type, ready, ready, type, ready, type. Type, type, ready, ready, type. Type, type, ready, ready, type, ready, type. Type, type, ready, ready, type. I type. I am typing. I am typing a conclusion of sorts. I type. I am typing. I am typing a conclusion of sorts. dance and stretch like plastic man. Put on your feeling